Down.
Mad Panic
Down
Gaming.
forward.
Let's go.
Right. Back. Strong. Go. Let me show you something. But remember.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Hello everybody, Jim here. Welcome back to Mad Panic Gaming. Welcome back for another game hunt right here in the beautiful city of Tokyo. Actually didn't have to go too far from my own apartment today. I was in the neighborhood of Ogikubo, went to a brand new game shop called YY Station. And it was pretty cool. Kind of a tiny little shop. Reminded me of an old shop in Akiba called Friends, which is no longer open anymore, unfortunately. This shop was similar to that. It was small, but they had a lot of really great games. A lot of stuff in like really great condition too. I was actually very impressed by just how nice everything was. So it was great. Had a great game hunt. Picked up some cool games. So at the end of the video, you get to see what my finds of the day were. Also today, I was joined by my regular sidekick, Destiny. If anyone's been watching this channel for a long time, you know, anytime she's in Tokyo, we'll always make time to hang out together and go get into some shenanigans. But we will always fit in a couple of game hunts. So she was with me today looking for some games of her own, so it's always nice to have her tagging along. So yeah, we went to YY Station in Ogikubo, we dug through a whole bunch of games, and we found some pretty cool ones. So that's what's coming up next, so everybody enjoy this game hunt, and then we'll be back at the end of the video to check out my finds of the day. Check this out.
But for me, it was Tuesday.
Alright, so hey everybody, in Ogikubo right now. Just down the street from my own place, about to go for some games, and look who I got with me. Hey, it's my little sidekick Destiny's here today. We picked the perfect day to go game hunt, didn't we?
Oh, obviously. It's the weather's perfect.
Isn't that nice?
Lots of sunshine.
So
clearly.
it's gonna be raining all day, but we don't give a damn. Rain or shine, we're gonna go get these games.
Time is limited.
So they got a shop. It just opened up in this neighborhood. Maybe earlier this year. I still haven't been there yet. So you and me, it's gonna be our maiden voyage.
First time for the both of us.
On this day, yeah, exactly, right? So let's, I don't know, I got nothing to say today. Let's just go,
Let's go.
Let's go get these games. Come on. So we found the building. You wouldn't know it.
No.
To know that there was a game shop inside, unless you were checking Google Maps like we are. This is the Hakuo building. Hakuo building. Keep that in mind, Destiny. Remember that. Hakuo building.
Aqua.
4th floor. I'm hoping there's actually a game shop in here. We're not walking into a trap.
Just walking, they're like,
All right.
oh, sorry.
This is not a place of business. All right, well, let's get in there. Let's get to the 4th floor. Let's see what we got.
Let's do it.
Japan, 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 Japan. Round 1. Fight, fight, fight.
Destiny, what do we got here?
Couple of games.
Surprisingly, we walked into a game store, which is what we were looking for. But honestly, I was a little skeptical at first, just like looking at the outside of the building.
Yeah.
But this is nice. Like, it looks nice. Everything looks clean. It's super organized. Looks like they have...
For a few things.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some browsing, some perusing.
But it looks pretty cool. It reminds me of Friends back in Akiba, actually, with the old grandma. May she enjoy her retirement. We got all kinds of cool stuff in here. So what do you say? You want to dig around? Maybe buy some games?
Let's do it. We're gonna
Let's
dig
do her.
around and
Hey, Lake,
see what we can find.
let's touch
Hopefully
this.
some good stuff. Let's do this.
Let's get games.
All right. Let's get today's exchange rate up there. That's nice. Very generous right now. You'll notice on the front of all these little plastic bins here, it actually says the genre. So this is action game, it says. The yellow one next to it, though, say role-playing game. And look at the back of that cartridge. This was something that really floored me about this place. All these cartridges were just super clean. We got Valis right here, Super Valis 2400, some Final Fight 1500, and again super clean Final Fight 2 behind it. And some of these will have little stickers on them, little green stickers that say those games are recommended by the staff. So they're like the staff picks, which is pretty cool. Rockman 7 1100, again super clean. So yeah, all of these loose cartridges were just like in immaculate condition, which was very surprising because typically, like any game shop I go to, whether it's a hard off or even if it's like Super Potato or something like that, Sudagaya, usually the loose carts, you're gonna find a lot of them that are pretty yellowed, not in the best condition. 2600 on Contra Spirits, and again it looks amazing. 2000 on Akumajo Dracula, aka Super Castlevania 4, Lady Stalker, King of the Monsters, Bonk 2, which is awesome. That's 1,000 yen. So that's under $7 for a loose Bonk 2. So that's pretty damn good. We got some more action here. We got some shooters by Konami. 2600 on Parodius, 13 on Twinbee, and 15 on Darius Twin. And you know I like that a lot. Just recently picked up a complete unboxed copy of Darius Twin for like 4,000 yen. So 1,500 on a loose copy. Not too bad. And then this says just Mario and Nintendo, like first party stuff. So there you go. All your first party Nintendo games all grouped together. 400 yen on some Super Mario Karts. You got Super Mario World's Fire Emblem for 950. We've got some Donkey Kongs, all that. So that's great. Then here, I think we have just like straight up anime based stuff. So 1,600 on that Sailor Moon, which is not too bad. Sailor Moon games getting up there. Some Ranma 1/2, which the new Ranma 1/2 series just started airing, and I haven't seen it because I'm sorry to say I kind of lost my my love for modern anime recently. Panel Depon 950. That's a staff pick. So at 950, that ain't bad. That's like, I don't know what, $6, something like that. Pretty good deal. And we got some sports games, including Super Dodgeball with Kunio and his buddies, and this I thought was really nice. We got some like wrestling and sports games here, but 950 on a copy of Muscle Bomber, aka Saturday Night Slam Masters, and some N64 down there, which I'm not too keen on. And then we've got some Sweet Home on the TV, which if you never played Sweet Home, you're missing out. You got to check it out. No, we've got some PC Engine here, not a lot. They had some cool stuff, including it was 1,800 on Ys 1 and 2 on the PC Engine CD, but marked at 200 yen off for some disc damage, which I was told was pretty minor, but they're all about integrity at YY Station. So that's really cool. Record of Lodos War, that one's 400 yen off of 4,800 yen for Record of Lodos War 2, which I have not played. And then we have some PS1 games, but it was honestly all pretty standard stuff. We got Tekken 3, Monster Rancher. We've got a complete Biohazard 2, looking in like really great shape. Spine card and all. 700 yen on that, so that's like $4 for a complete Biohazard 2, and that ain't bad. Legend of Dragoon, old classic, 600 yen. If you like RPGs and you're a game collector, I'm telling you, just learn to read some Japanese. We've got Legend of Mana, we've got Chrono Cross, we've got all this stuff here. I mean, 500 yen on Chrono Cross, that's like $3. Legend of Mana, one of my all-time favorites, 600 yen. So again, that's like in the neighborhood of, I don't know, 350 or something like that. That's very generous there. And 850 on Biohazard 3 Last Escape. So a lot of this common stuff on the PS1 is going to be super cheap. Director's Cut, 2,800 yen, but 400 yen off, bringing it down to 2,400, which is like $16, which ain't bad at all. And then we got some boxed Super Famicom stuff. And again, it wasn't like being blown away by the selection, but they had some choice games here. For example, 3,500. Everything in B grade, as they and I'll take their word for it. But yeah, 3,500 on a complete ActRaiser that is in pretty good condition. That ain't bad. They had Ultima 6 there. We've got some Momotaro. We've got Mario RPG, Mario All-Stars, all kinds of stuff. Even some Street Fighter, some Crayon Shin-Chan, some boxed N64 games, including Mario Tennis 64, 800 yen. And, you know, I'm usually not a sports game guy, but for some reason, any sport that Mario characters play, suddenly I'm all about it. I wish they would make another Mario baseball game, because that one was like one of my favorites. And okay, we got a glass case here. We got a lot of Famicom games, so just, you know, peruse, look it over. We got all kinds of stuff. We got Layla, we got Athena, we've got Bonk, we've got some Super Famicom stuff here, including more Sailor Moon, Super Chinese, Space Ace, which is interesting. I never see Space Ace, so that's cool. We got Axlay, Super Alesta, Tiny Toons, so much cool stuff. I always ask at the end of the video, like, of all the stuff you see in these videos, like, if you could take one game away from here. They've got some Asuka, they've got Sweet Home, Power Instinct. If you could walk out here with one game, free of charge, what would it be? They got some merch up here too, which is pretty cool. T-shirts and keychains and things, and then a whole bunch of loose GBA games. Here, apparently just the Kunio-kun section. So if you like Kunio-kun, they put them all right there together for you. Some Downtown Neketsu, and some other various things. This is how I usually find GBA games, unfortunately, because GBA was like all cardboard packaging, so that stuff gets bent and broken and thrown away. And we've got plenty of Game Boy Color and even some original Game Boy stuff, which I don't get too many requests for, but I do send some of that stuff out every so often. Hoshino Kirby, 5,500. Complete. That's kind of riding the line. That Joy Mech fight. The original Gradius, 2,600. It says D, C, and B as far as grade goes. They're talking about the condition of the box, the manual, and the cartridge itself. Honestly, nothing in here that was boxed looked like all that bad. Even stuff they rated as D didn't look too terribly bad. So, you know, some of the boxes had like a little bit of damage to them and stuff, but what I can say is like the loose cards were pretty much immaculate. We've got a little bit of Saturn here. I feel like they need some trade-ins in here. We need to get them some more stuff, but we've got Lunar. Actually, that's Maho Gakuen Lunar, which is like a Japan exclusive Lunar side story game. Puyo Puyo Sun, 700. Again, that's another one that's pretty much like always affordable. It's Puyo Puyo 2. We got some other cool stuff here, including Daytona. 200 yen off. So making this a 300 yen game. Just like, what, $2 in that ballpark? So that's incredibly cheap. That's a very generous price there. We have more. So we got this nice wall of Famicom games. I'm not going to dig through everything right here and now, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was like more their like junky section, because they did have junk as well. And then just all the Dragon Quests in one convenient location. And they got some Joy Mech Fight on the TV, in case you want to play or watch some Joy Mech Fight. There you go. And then I did like, you know, it was, you know, a decorative place. Lots of little figures and things like that. Statues and stuff to take a look at. And then just like way more loose Famicom games. Which I could have been in here for a long time. Oh, Ninja Ryukinden 1500. And look at that. Look how clean that is. The white cartridges are usually never that white, so that's really cool. Some Golgo 13 for you. Can't argue with that. 1600. So yeah, this isn't going to be like in-depth into the shop or anything. I just kind of wanted to have like a general look around. City Connection. Another staff pick. Old school, you know, City Connection. That's a fun game. Classic Jalico arcade. And then Urusei Yasura. 400 yen, which is a fun little game, actually. Very simple. I think I featured this game on the channel like 8 years ago or something. I think it's called Lum's Wedding Bells or something. It's a pretty fun little game. We got some Adventure Island. That's always good. Actually, multiple Adventure Island games. Fazanadu. And then a whole bunch of Kunio-kun games. So we've got Downtown Neketsu, we've got Renegade, we've got Super Dodgeball. They got it all, folks. And then even more copies of Joy Meg Fight, and then some Rockman. 1100 on 3, 900 on 5. That's really nice, actually. Rockman 5, typically, like any of the Rockmans, are going to be like a little more expensive, regardless if they're loose or not. So like 950 on a Rockman 5. Ain't bad. 1100 on 1942, but man, look at the condition of it. Again, I don't want to like harp on it, but like it's shocking how like good the condition of some of this stuff is. So the prices are kind of like middle of the road, but the condition was excellent, so I really didn't mind. And then some manga and stuff sitting here to take a look at, and some old gaming magazines as well. And then some Gachapon, just in case you want that, and a little woman in the corner digging through junk bins. But yeah, that's YY Station. Let's wrap this thing up. What do you say? Let's get the hell out of here. Pretty cool place, though.
All right, so Destiny, what did you think of YY?
It was nice.
The
games were very clean. Well, it's nice because
It's
we're still
nice.
in here.
Yeah.
The games are very clean.
Super
the prices
clean.
Are super reasonable.
Yeah, good
all
prices.
Of this for like less than
Yeah.
$50.
Yeah, you got all that for like 40 bucks. I got myself some games here, including some complete Super
He gave me some
Famicom.
free candy.
And yeah, he gives you a free Umaibo with every purchase. What a sweetheart. And he was nice enough to let us film here too.
Yes.
Very nice man. So this store, obviously it's pretty small. Not going to be like the biggest selection in the world, but everything in here is like super clean.
The cleanest
You'll be
I've
happy to
seen
take
here.
it home with you. The stickers on the front showing the condition are very like up forward and upfront and honest. And prices ain't bad. So I like this place. I will be back. I'll be back. You won't be back because you gotta go home, but
Yeah, I mean, eventually.
I'll be back. Anyway, I'm gonna go and show off some of my best finds from today, and then you are gonna disappear from the video, but you'll probably pop up in another one at some point. So say goodnight, Destiny.
Good night, Destiny.
All right, there you go. YY Station in Ogikubo. Pretty cool little shop. Again, I was very impressed that it's small. It's a little cash-only shop, but pretty much everything in there, unless it was in one of the junk bins, was just like in really like amazing condition. Especially like a lot of the hard offs I go to, book offs, things like that. The Sudagayas. A lot of the loose carts are usually not in like the best condition. You'll get like a lot of faded ones, or they'll be yellowed or something like that. Didn't really notice much of that at all at YY Station. So their stuff is in like top-notch condition, so I appreciated that. And I have some finds of the day here. I picked up some pretty cool stuff today. First and foremost, though, Umaibo. Yeah, the clerk at the store was giving us Umaibo with our purchases, so that's cool. If you never had an Umaibo, they're like a really big Cheeto Puff, and they come in like a bunch of different flavors. So that was nice. Nice guy working there. If you ever pop into YY Station, you buy a few games, you're gonna get a little snack too, so that's cool. First, off the top of the stack, picked up a copy, loose cart of Sailor Moon R on the Super Famicom. Sailor Moon R. No pirates in this one. That's a bad joke, I'm sorry. Sailor Moon R, straight up side-scrolling beat 'em up. A lot of fun, 2 players, you get all 5 Sailor Scouts, and you even get the little, I think in Japanese it's Chibi-Usa, and it was Sailor Mini-Moon in English. You can play as her as well. I think there's even like her own dedicated gameplay mode, which was always fascinating. I mean, the Sailor Scouts, they're teenage girls, you know, running around, beating the hell out of the forces of evil. But then I don't know how old she is, what, like 10 years old? And then they give her some magic wands and stuff, and suddenly she's beating the shit out of evil left and right too. So that's kind of interesting. But this is a pretty good game. Again, beat 'em up, pretty solid. It's not all that different from the previous Sailor Moon beat 'em up on the SNES. Or the Super Famicom, but I think there's some additional gameplay modes, and the graphics and sound are maybe a bit improved. So overall, this is a pretty solid beat 'em up on your Super Famicom. I wouldn't put it in the same league as like Turtles in Time or Final Fight 3 or something, but as just like a sit down, pick up and play, have some fun with a beat 'em up, especially if, you know, you don't have to be ashamed if you're a Sailor Moon fan out there. Yeah, this is a pretty damn good time. Even if you're not a Sailor Moon fan, if you just like a beat 'em up and you never tried any of these before, they are not bad. So yeah, Sailor Moon R, Super Famicom, and this ran me 1,800 yen. Which is not too bad considering that this is a more elusive game these days, or at least it's starting to become a little more elusive. A lot of the big name anime property games are getting like a little up there in price these days. So like the Dragon Ball Z's, the Sailor Moons, the Go-Go Akumans, those are getting crazy after Akira Toriyama passed away. Rest in peace, good sir. Next up though, awesome game, we got Muscle Bomber, which you might know better as Saturday Night Slam Masters. This game is awesome. It is a Capcom wrestling / fighting game. The second game is more like just a straight up 2D fighter, but that one never left arcades. This one is more so a wrestling game than that one was, but still plays a lot like a one-on-one fighter. But you can like move all around the ring and stuff on the X and Y and Z axis, I guess. Cool cast of characters, very Street Fighter-y. They all have different kinds of like stereotypes and things applied to them. Some of them are modeled after real life wrestlers. Like one of the characters in here is like the spitting image of Big Van Vader from back in the day. So that's cool. And you get Mike Hager. Mayor Mike Hager comes out of retirement back into wrestling. So you can play as Hager in here and hit some pile drivers and spinning lariats. And then one of the characters, I think canonically, is the brother of Guile. I've never confirmed that, but I've read that, and so I'm just gonna run with that. I think it's Gunlock. He's like Guile's brother, supposedly. They have a similar look, and I think Gunlock even does the flash kick. So if that's true, that's pretty cool. But anyway, this game is pretty fun. I like it a lot. Muscle Bomber, aka Saturday Night Slam Masters. This was only 950 yen. Which is nice. That's a nice price. Anytime I can pick up a game, even if it's like a loose cart and it's in the neighborhood of like $6, $5, something like that, I'm typically going to be pretty happy with that. Next up, got a little bit of PC Engine action for you. Picked up a copy of Ys 1 and 2 on the PC Engine CD. And this game is just classic. I actually had no interest in the Ys series until I had seen it on the Happy Console Gamer channel. And then I started collecting PC Engine games myself once I eventually moved to Japan. And the Ys games were some of the first ones I picked up, and yeah, they're really good. This one combines obviously the first 2 Ys games into a single story because they have a connected story anyway, and it's on disc, so you can make a bigger game, obviously. It's got some cool cutscenes, really great music, and the bump mechanic of the combat. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm in the love it camp. Any game that takes like the thought out of it. You don't have to press any buttons. Just run into the enemy. Just run into them like you're Goldberg. Just plow right into them. So that's fine for me. But it's a fun game. Not a terribly long game either. I've actually never played the English version though, which is odd. Every Ys game I've ever played has been the Japanese version. Again, like I said, I didn't really have any interest in the series until I'd already been living in Japan. And here the games are like readily available. If you go to any shop that has some PC Engine games in it, chances are they're going to have East 1 and 2 and 3, maybe even 4, and so on and so forth. The most recent one I played, I think, was East 8, and really enjoyed that. And now there's 9 and 10. So, oh my God, keeping up with this series is a pain in the arse. But it's a great game, and I like it a lot. So yeah, East 1 and 2 on the PC Engine CD, and it was 200 yen off. It says there's a little bit of disc damage, which I haven't opened this up yet, but he seemed like an honest guy, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to be too extensive. So 200 yen off, so this was 1,600 yen, which that ain't bad. You can still pick up PC Engine games for about 10 bucks. I'm not going to complain about that. No sir, not me. And last but not least, this, I think, my best find of the day. Got a complete copy of ActRaiser on the Super Famicom, which admittedly I am more a fan of ActRaiser 2. I like just the straightforward side-scrolling action of it. And you got wings, you can fly around and stab things and use cool magic. But this one is fun too, because it, you know, if you've never played it before, it blends side-scrolling action with kind of like a god simulator, where you're helping people like build their little towns and communities. You're fighting off demons and things. You've got your little angel. He's like a little cherub kind of character. You fly around, you kill demons and monsters and things, and you basically look out for the people of the world, guard them from all the forces of evil, because yeah, essentially in this game you're God, which is kind of cool. You move all around the world map, you fight for your people, and then you can create like little rainstorms and other various weather effects to do either to help your people out, usually like help them grow crops and things like that, or you know, move things out of the way so they can keep expanding their society. So that's pretty cool. And then when you get to the side-scrolling action, that's what it is. You run to the right, you slash things with your sword, you use magic attacks, you get to a boss, you kill the boss. Just good old-fashioned hacking and slashing, running and jumping fun. And then on top of that, the graphics are really nice, and the music is fantastic. This is a game by Enix. Enix was crushing it back in the day, making one great game after the other. And again, even though I do prefer the second game, I think the gameplay is just more straightforward and fun, and the graphics are better, and I think the music, I don't know, it's on par. Both of these games have some epic music in them, I'll say that much. The original ActRaiser is still an amazing game, though. If you've never played it before, you're really missing out, because this is one worth going back to. So yeah, there you go, complete ActRaiser. The sticker on the front says that everything, so the box, manual, cartridge, everything is in B grade condition. And just looking at the box, yeah, pretty nice. There's a little wear and tear on it, but nothing too significant, so I'd be willing to bet the cartridge and manual look really good too. And so got this baby for 3,500 yen today. And for a complete, really good condition copy of a game like this, I think that ain't bad. I don't want to know what a complete copy of ActRaiser on the SNES costs in North America, I'll put it to you that way. So Super Famicom, still the way to go. But there you go, those are my finds of the day. And YY Station, if you're ever in Tokyo and you're going on kind of like a retro game hunting, you know, you're doing the rounds, you're getting a little burnt out on like Akihabara or something. Ogikubo, not really too far away from Akihabara. Actually, you can travel, it's like maybe a 20-minute train ride. Ogikubo, just 10 minutes west of Shinjuku for reference. So down in the description, I'll actually put the Google Map link to YY Station, because it actually was a little tricky to find. As you saw in the video, the exterior didn't really have like any markings to suggest to you that there's a game store in there. Also, they do cool things. They have like little gaming competitions and stuff in there sometimes, which is cool. So I definitely want to attend one of those in the future. They do high score challenges and stuff like that. So yeah, really cool shop, nice guy working there. Prices weren't too bad. The condition of everything in the shop was really nice. And it's a cash-only place, so if you're gonna pop in there, make sure you have some cash on you and pick up some games and say hello to the nice man behind the counter. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you to Destiny for hanging out today, keeping me company on my game hunting trip. And let me know down in the comments of all the games you saw in this video, what would be the one that you'd want to pick up the most. I'd certainly like to hear from you. And until next time, thanks for watching, everybody, and take care. Goodbye.